Right now, at 6 months after getting elected, a Clackamas County commissioner is accused of stealing thousands of dollars from an elderly man. How prosecutors say a state rep also got caught up in the scheme. And the search for a missing Oregon toddler continues as a tight-knit community holds onto hope.
It devastates each of us because there's very few degrees of separation when something like this happens.
Plus, a man accused of setting fires and shooting up a Tesla dealership in Salem is now in jail. How investigators tracked him down. Then, tracking the toll President Trump's trade war is taking on local businesses.
It makes it very difficult to plan and budget for this next year.
How soon the tariffs could impact your grocery bill. Thanks for joining us. I'm Christine Pitawanich. We begin here at 6 with breaking news. Clackamas County Commissioner Melissa Fireside is going on a leave of absence after being indicted on multiple charges. She's accused of stealing thousands from a senior citizen and forging the signature of an Oregon state representative. Devin Haskins is live outside the Clackamas County Courthouse in Oregon City with the update. Devin.
Yeah, Christine, we received a statement earlier today from Clackamas County Chair Craig Roberts after Fireside appeared in court. He called the charges against her deeply concerning and said that he's now been informed that she will be on that extended leave of absence. Roberts also added that under Oregon law, the board does not have the authority to remove an elected commissioner. However, he goes on to say, I want to assure everyone that the board is committed to reviewing all available options within its legal authority to uphold the trust of Clackamas County voters. In court today, Melissa Fireside remained quiet, only acknowledging that her name was spelled correctly when addressed by the judge. An attorney entered a not guilty plea on her behalf on 8 felony charges. Back in October, Lake Oswego police served a search warrant on Melissa Fireside's home before she was elected in November. The state took over the investigation after she was elected to eliminate any conflict of interest. The indictment charges Fireside with theft, identity theft, and forgery. It says that in September of 2024, she used a computer to steal more than $10,000 from an 83-year-old man. The state says Fireside also forged 2 promissory notes totaling $59,000. Court documents say she copied the signature of both the senior citizen as well as that of Oregon State Representative April Dobson, whose district covers parts of Clackamas County. Representative Dobson's office told us today that she helped Fireside with a loan over the summer and that it was paid back. But then in November, Dobson says she was told by police that there were issues with the money that Fireside had used to pay that loan back. Dobson's statement went on to say, we have so much work ahead of us in Clackamas County and our residents deserve leaders that they can trust. I believe Melissa Fireside's actions are unacceptable for an elected official and call on her to resign immediately. Fellow Clackamas County Commissioner Ben West called the charges against Fireside damning, said that she had lost the trust of the public and called for her immediate resignation. We stopped by Fireside's home in Lake Oswego. She answered the door, but said she had no comment to make. She'll be back in court on April 28th. Christine?
More to come from this case, and we'll keep tabs on that coming court date. Thank you, Devin. In your headlines today, a Salem man was arraigned in federal court accused of vandalizing a Salem Tesla dealership twice. According to court documents, on January 20th, 41-year-old Adam Lansky cut through a chain link fence, rolled in a wagon filled with Molotov cocktails, and threw them at the business, starting several fires. Police say he came back February 19th and shot out several windows and a car. Lansky's car was seen on a patrol car's dash cam, and his fingerprints matched ones found on unexploded Molotov cocktails at the dealership. Portland police have made an arrest in one of 3 homicides in the city that happened in less than 24 hours. Early yesterday afternoon, they found a woman shot and killed at North MLK Boulevard and Gertz Road. Her name has not been released. This morning, police arrested 42-year-old Aaron Garza. He's in the Multnomah County Jail and faces a second-degree murder charge. And Portland police are looking for the driver who hit a construction flagger, then took off. It happened around 6 this morning on Southeast Powell near 112th Avenue. Police say the man was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Investigators have not released a description of the suspect's car. Matt?
Thank you, Christine. It has been a really beautiful day around Northwest Oregon. but I've been watching the shower come through the Cascades, off the Cascades, and towards the valley. Now it is just falling apart. Now the sun has gone down. 53 degrees, though, still in Portland. Here it was. Watch it track from east of Sandy, and then there it is, and rather strong, and now it's just falling apart. There's not much left to it. Similar situation to the east of Salem. This storm near Mount Jefferson produced a couple lightning strikes earlier. You can see that, but again, falling apart as we have lost the heating of the day here in early March. Still some snow showers up along the Cascades, but these will be ending as we go through the nighttime hours too. And tomorrow be a lot like today. It's going to be a beautiful, mainly clear day. 35 in the morning, so the morning will be cool. 51 by noontime. Then tomorrow we'll get up to 60. We got close today. We made it up to 59. And we continue this pattern of cool mornings, sunny, warm afternoons right through the weekend. In fact, gets even warmer over the weekend. Next week, though, rain and mountain snow should return. I'll show you that. And the weather system is bringing snow and rain to California a little bit later. Christine?
Okay, thank you, Matt. It is day 5 of the search for a missing 2-year-old boy in Lincoln County. After combing the area near his family's home in Siletz, searchers are now focusing on the river near the house. Our John Adams is in Siletz with the latest.
The search for Dane Paulson continues this afternoon with members of the community and law enforcement officials taking part. One thing is for certain, people in this small Oregon town are really rallying behind Dane's family. It's now been roughly 5 days since 2-year-old Dane Paulson went missing from the front lawn of his family's home in Siletz. Since then, hundreds of people have taken part in the search efforts in this tight-knit community.
Our hearts just ache for the family, for the community, right? Because every loss in a small community like this is devastating.
Lisa Norton is the Chief Administrative Officer with the Confederate Tribes of Siletz. Norton told us it's been heartwarming to see the outpouring of support in the aftermath of Dane's disappearance.
The call went out and people showed up. I witnessed it myself and was so moved by that many people for such a tragic but important reason.
Norton says most people in the area grow up going to the same schools and taking part in the same activities. Many know each other or are related.
It devastates each of us because there's very few degrees of separation when something like this happens.
The search for Dane is now focused on the Siletz River, with divers and search and rescue crews combing the waters near the family's home. These photos from the Lincoln County Sheriff's Office show an up-close look at the dive teams at work. Norton expressed gratitude to everyone who has helped support Dane's family in the last 4 days.
So I'd like personally to thank the volunteers, law enforcement, search and rescue, all of the agencies that have come to help during this really hard time.
And just to reiterate, in that update we received late this afternoon from the Lincoln County Sheriff's Office, the main search area remains the Siletz River right by Dane's family's home. In Siletz, John Adams, KGW News.
A Portland man has a long recovery ahead of him after getting shot in the back twice. 36-year-old Fidel Meraz was about to walk into the Shamrock Bar and Grill in Southeast Portland Saturday night when he was shot. His sister-in-law says he has a long way to go after having multiple surgeries at OHSU.
He's had a few, so the life-saving measures the night of to stop the bleeding, and due to the damage in his bowels, that had to be reconstructed immediately.
As for what led up to the shooting, Meraz's family says he was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Portland police say whoever shot Meraz took off before officers arrived. So far, no arrests have been made. And 2 Chinese sculptures were removed in Portland's Old Town today. For years, the Chinese American community found the statues culturally offensive and called for their removal. It had also become a hotspot for people using the sculptures as a place to do drugs. The statues will now be replaced with Chinese lanterns and light art installations.
We have been waiting for this moment for a long, long time. But we have never given up the hope.
There's also excitement about other improvements that are coming, including a $34 million Chinese cultural center just north of the Lansu Chinese Garden.